Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq, with daily insight on the Nasdaq-100 index, or the NDX, which is made up of 100 of international non-financial innovative companies listed on Nasdaq. The NDX has been the barometer for U.S. large cap growth and also one of the best performing indexes over the last decade and a half, not to mention one of the most liquid index ecosystems in the world, and 56% of the underlying constituents of the Nasdaq-100 are trading in positive trends. Joining us to discuss is Sara Mehle. She's the ESG index strategist with Nasdaq Global Indexes, and she's also our resident point and figure guru on Trade Talks. Sara, it's great to see you as always. Welcome back to Trade Talks. And if you look at your first chart here on the overall index, tell us what you're identifying here.
Hey, Jill, so yeah, it's so good to see you. And I feel like every Friday that when we talk about this, something happens on this chart. So I feel like it's kind of good luck. But today we did see a bounce off of the trend line, so that bullish support line. We saw the price action come down, actually move to a sell signal. So we are technically on a point and figure sell signal here. But the good news is that we tested that trend line and today have reversed course and are back up into a column of X's. So again, we do remain in a positive trend, and now we're right in the middle of that 10-week trading band, so right there in the normal area. But from here we have that resistance up at around 13,450. So we would return to a buy signal at 13,800 or higher.
Give us a couple examples of positive trends, stocks that are within this positive trend.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, just looking at the Nasdaq-100 index, we do see about 56% of the stocks within the index trading in overall positive trends. And so I wanted to give some examples of what that looks like. So here I have Microsoft, Tesla, and Apple, three different looking trend lines. So today, Microsoft actually bounced off of its trend line as well. So it looks very similar to that of the Nasdaq-100 index. You can see it came down, didn't move to a sell signal, but it did test that trend line, and today has reversed back up. We saw Tesla actually move back into a positive trend today. So again, all these three are just meant to look very different, but I just wanted to show they're each technically in a positive trend. So today we did see it break through that line. So it now has flipped from negative to a positive. And then also Apple remains well above its trend line and is one of those names trading in a positive trend. And then on the flip side of that, if we were to look at some names, I don't have the charts up here, but names like Adobe, Dollar Tree, eBay, Cisco, those are some names that are actually trading in negative trends.
And to wrap up here, let's take a look at the percent positive for NDX indicator.
So this takes what I was mentioning about 56% of the stocks within the Nasdaq-100 index that are trading in positive trends, and this just puts it in a point and figure chart form. So we did see about 70% of the names move into positive trends earlier this month, at the end of August, and has since fallen to that 56 level. But what I think is important to mention here is that we are seeing this reading is over 50%. So that is a sign, a technical sign of an overall healthy market environment. We like to see this over 50, just so that over half of the constituents are trading in overall positive trends. So, we should see this chart actually reverse back up into X's with today's action. I think we did see quite a number of breakthroughs, like I mentioned with Microsoft, but we saw this fall all the way down to 20 at some point this year. So this is a nice chart to see. And again, that 56 level tells us that over half of the Nasdaq-100 constituents are trading in overall positive trends.
All right, Sara, appreciate the insight as always. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq.